Some phrases are more than just words. They're kind of like invitations. They can be poetic, beautiful, and honestly, a little mysterious. In this explainer, we're going to unpack one of those phrases and discover the really profound practice that's hidden inside it. So, this is the phrase we're going to be looking at. Say hello while learning somatic lucidity. It just has a certain rhythm to it, doesn't it? It feels like a gentle instruction, but also like a line from a poem. It hints at this powerful connection between a really simple outward gesture and a deep inward awareness. Let's dive in and see what that actually means. Okay, so it's a beautiful idea for sure, but what is it really talking about? We're going to break this whole concept down, piece by piece, and go from just being curious to really, truly getting it. Come on, let's solve this beautiful puzzle together.
All right, part one, a curious greeting. To start, let's try looking at the phrase not as two separate parts, but as one single unified instruction. The real key here is to see this as a twofold movement. It's not one single action, but two things happening at the exact same time. Think of it like a dance. There's an outward greeting to the world, and at the same time, an inward listening to your own body. This whole idea of a twofold movement is the foundation for everything else. Okay, on to part two. Outward hello, inward sensing. Now that we know it's two actions, let's actually pull them apart for a second. We're going to look at the hello and the sensing all on their own before we bring them back together. Let's break this down. On one hand, you have say hello. And this isn't just a casual hey, It's an act of relational opening. It's something you direct outward to a plant, a tree, maybe even an entire field. Now, at the very same time, you've got somatic lucidity. This is the internal part, the discipline of perceiving your own body's state with real clarity while you're in the middle of that relational exchange. All right, part three, double awareness. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. This is what happens when you combine those two actions. This is where the magic really begins. Because when you're doing both at once, greeting outwards and sensing inwards, you create something totally new. It's a state of perception that goes way beyond what either action could do on its own. It's not just 1 + 1 = 2. It's a powerful synergy. So where does this new awareness start? Well, it begins right inside you. It's about tuning into what's called your interior felt sense. What are you physically feeling in your body in that very moment of connection? That's step one. And then, while you're holding on to that internal awareness, you open yourself up to the second part. You start to perceive the feedback, the really subtle response from whatever it is you're greeting. All of a sudden, it becomes a two-way street, a conversation. And that brings us right to our core definition, double awareness. It is the simultaneous perception of what's happening inside you and what you're receiving back from the living world around you. You are literally becoming a bridge between your inner and outer worlds in a very real, very present way. Okay, part four. A bridge between ideas. Now, this concept might sound totally new, but it actually builds a fantastic bridge between some well-established ideas from different thinkers and practices. You can almost trace the intellectual lineage here. It connects David Hawkins' work on surrender, letting go of all that internal resistance, with Eugene Gendlin's concept of the felt sense, which we just talked about. And both of those big ideas then flow directly into a real-world application, like a plant attunement practice. It creates this super clear pathway from theory to action. And this is a really vital point to understand. The hello we're talking about, it's not just a thought in your head, it's a somatic opening, a physical sensory act of making your whole body available and receptive. The clarity, the lucidity, it all grows from that exact point of embodied contact. And that brings us to our final section, part 5, the body as instrument. This is our big takeaway, and it's maybe the most powerful idea of all, what this practice truly allows your body to become. So that original phrase, it isn't just descriptive, it's also a direct instruction. In practices like Earthstone work, it's actually used as a teaching line. It's an invitation, a way to gently guide a student right into this state of double awareness. And this is the ultimate goal right here. Through this practice, your body is no longer just a container for your mind. It becomes the very instrument through which you listen to the world, a finely tuned receptor for all those subtle responses happening all around you. So, we end with this question for you to take away. By practicing this somatic opening and lucid awareness, by turning your body into an instrument, What new conversations could you become a part of? What could you hear if you truly, deeply listened?